The Diet of the Opossum, a presentation by Laura Galvez. What is the opossum? Well, first of all, it's North America's only marsupial. They live in a wide range of habitats from the Florida Keys all the way to Ontario, Canada. They consume a generalist diet, which means they eat a variety of different foods. The different types of food sources vary from habitat to habitat and seasonally change as well. Opossums can be found in forests, wetlands, grasslands, and have also been seen living in urban areas. The opossum is an omnivore, meaning they eat plants and animals, and this allows them to use a broad range of food sources. The diet of the opossum. This includes insects and invertebrates such as beetles, crickets, grasshoppers, cockroaches, and ticks. Invertebrates such as snails, slugs, and worms. They are nature's pest controllers. The opossum is also a scavenger, and they consume carrion, which is like decomposing flesh from dead animals. And opossums can often be victims of roadkill because they are trying to eat the roadkill that was on the side of the road. But they help clean up, dead animals and recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem because they aid in decomposition when they do this. They also eat fruits and vegetation. When opossums live near agricultural areas, they'll eat insects and vegetables from the crops, and any berries or nuts. Anything is on the table for the opossum, really. Anything it can get its hands on. And they act as seed dispersers. As they travel and defecate, they spread seeds across the different areas they visit. And opossums who live near human activity can sometimes raid a garbage can or two, compost piles, or food dishes left out for pets. They will be seen breaking into. Tick-eating animals. So Keesing et al. 2009 claimed that Virginia opossums consume, on average, 5,500 larval ticks per week during the peak activity, like larval activity time of year. They captured 5 opossums and put 100 larval blackleg ticks on them. And over the course of 4 days, they studied them and counted and seen how many ticks fell off after becoming engorged and how many were left. They estimated that 96.5% of larval ticks were consumed by an opossum. Later, another study kind of came around opposing that study because the possums were captive, so the scientists in the second study believed that you should study the animals in their natural environment and that they would probably react differently because of it. Possums are known scavengers and seed spreaders. Opossums spread seeds when they eat berries, plants, fruits. They'll eat it, digest it, and defecate somewhere and spread the seeds elsewhere. And that creates a healthy habitat, a biodiverse habitat, everything good for the survival of many species. And as scavengers, they also help in the composition process by recycling the nutrients from the decomposing carcasses back also quicker back into the soil. My favorite fact about the opossum is that it is rabies resistant. Its lower body temperature doesn't allow for the virus to live inside its body and reproduce and make them all rabid. And I think that's pretty cool. The So I think that might be pretty cool because when they're scavenging, they could come across a carcass that still has live rabid virus in it, and they could be eating it and nothing happens to them, but they have successfully taken away the rabies virus from maybe an area where an animal or a human can come into contact with it. Range expansion and diet. Human development is taking away the opossum's habitat, forcing them to move northward. This is called anthropogenic land alteration. And the opossums have adapted to consume anthropogenic food waste or trash in areas where they're moving more to more urban areas away from the forest that was just destroyed. And scientists have referenced this change in diet partially to explain in their success in moving northward in different habitats that they're not particularly used to, because opossums can easily get frostbite on their ears and nose, and so it's really rough for them when they are north and a harsh winter comes, but they are able to eat a lot of food and somehow brave the winter that they're not used to. And it really helps when they're passing through agricultural areas. They tend to stay there and eat more insects and crops in those areas and kind of just hide out there for as long as they can. Roles as scavengers. The opossums eat carrion, which can contain harmful viruses, bacteria that could make your pet, your dog, your cat sick if they come into contact with it. And opossums come around and they help decompose them quicker, and they take it away from you. To conclude this short presentation on the opossum, possums are important to maintaining ecological balance and biodiversity because they aid in decomposition and seed spreading. They're important to that. They are expanding their range northward due to habitat loss by humans. And to continue the conclusion, opossums are seen as pests, but researchers are actively trying to lessen that stigma on them because they really can do no harm. They are important to their environment and they're prey to predators, and they eat disease spreading ticks, they eat rabies spreading roadkill, and we should really just admire the opossum for what it is. Thank you.